Have you ever said to yourself, man, I got a lot going on. I'm running from here to get to there, and I just don't know how to do it all, man. If I just had balance in my life, I believe everything would get better. But today on TC Talks, we're going to talk about getting knocked off balance. Yeah, episode 7. Here we go.
We got the passion, we got the drive. Regular people living real lives. And this is TC Talks. This is TC Talks. This is TC Talks. And this is TC.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is TC here on TC Talks, episode 7. I hope you're doing well and your evening is absolutely wonderful. Well, as always, if you have not subscribed, subscribe to the TC Tribe. Hit the notification bell and listen every time new content drops. You will be one of the first ones to be notified. I want to welcome all those returning subscribers and the newbies in the room. Man, we appreciate you coming on. Listen, subscribe. Come on. We love to have new folk just like you kicking it with us here on TC Talks. You know what? We're regular people living real lives. Man, do I got an episode today for us to talk about knocked off balance. Man, have you ever been just knocked off balance? It is a very uncomfortable feeling because it comes out of nowhere. Nobody plans to get knocked off balance. Nobody puts it into their future. One day I'm going to be knocked off balance. It comes up all of a sudden. It's uneasy. Because it feels like you're out of control. You're trying to control everything, trying to put a hand down from hitting the ground or doing different things like that. That's what it normally means when we talk about being knocked off balance. But I want to use balance in a different context in our conversation today. Can I do that with you? Let me say that for the people in the back. I want to use balance in a different context today. Do you know, after leading people almost 22 years, well, actually longer than that if you want to put ministry, pastoring, and information technology together. I've been leading people for quite a long time. I would say, man, 25, quarter of a century in leadership. Wow, that's great. Good God. Come on, TC, good pat on the back for that. But look, I notice that the people who use the word balance all the time, most of those people are struggling and broke. I was like, wait a minute, what are you balancing if you don't have anything to balance? I've discovered, and listen, I heard Myron Golden say this because he helped spark this conversation, that people who are broke don't need balance. They need focus. OMG. Did you hear what I just said? Now, if that just hit you in your kneecap and I stepped on your toes, hey, I meant to do so. I meant to do so. People who are broke don't need balance. They need focus. That's what Myron Golden says. And you know, when he said that, my ears perked up because focus for me is an acronym. Follow one course until successful. And when he said it, it made so much sense because, again, leading people, I just gotta get balance in my life. I just gotta get balance. Well, if you have nothing on the left and nothing on the right, what are you balancing? Nothing. And I discovered, man, that people are using this B word, balance, as an excuse not to put forth the effort to produce the results that they desire in their life. Balance is becoming, watch this, a fancy word for being lazy. Oh boy, we gonna have a hot discussion tonight. You hear me? I just need some balance. I just need balance. I just got to do it. I just need some balance. And you struggling. And you broke. robbing Peter to pay Paul and got a gun to Andrew's head, trying to figure out how it all gonna work, how that balance working out for you. Stop using $5 words to mask your lack of discipline. Yeah, just sound educated to stay broke. It doesn't make any sense. Oh, I told you, man, we're going to talk good today. Now, listen, I know what broke feel like. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt, bumper sticker, and the incense to go inside the car. I know what it feels like. I told you, I'm a regular person. Hey, me and you, been there. I ain't like how I felt. And there was nothing to balance. I just need to get to work. I had to make up in my mind that, man, I don't want this for my life. I don't want this for my wife. I don't want this for my 2 kids. I want something different. I didn't come up with any excuses, and you can't keep coming up with excuses for your lack of effort to produce and perform. I'm not fussing at you. Don't take it as me fussing at you. But can I encourage you real quick? You got everything you need right now to win. Everything you need right now to win. The problem is you are failing in the execution, and you're mastering the excuses. That's the problem. Failing in the execution, but you're mastering in the excuses. Well, I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I don't think too many people were. Well, I'm from the hood. Yeah, it's not how you start. We all know that. It's how you finish. I've seen sprinters stumble out of the starting blocks, but they regained their composure halfway through the race and came out with a victory. So even if you stumbled out of the starting blocks, man, you still got the ability to regain your composure and bring home the goal. Question is, do you think you can get it? Let me say this, man, before I jump into my notes and the conversation, because it's getting good. Is it getting good and juicy to you? Man, let me tell you this. The most valuable asset that you have is your mind. And the greatest investment that you could ever make is in yourself. Don't let nobody fool you, man. It's not in the shoes you wear. It's not in the clothes that you acquire. It's not in the tailor-made suits. It's not in the fancy hairstyles. It's not in the makeup. It's not in any of that. The greatest asset you have is in your head. And the greatest investment that you will ever make is the investment in your mind. I'm telling you. Yeah. The greatest thing about our mind, man, our mind that God has placed within us, is that it has this amazing ability called neuroplasticity, which simply means that, man, you can learn new things. And the more you do what you're learning, the brain records that, and it actually physically begins to develop neural pathways to support that good habit and that new discipline that you're applying to your life. Wow. Short, layman's terms, you don't have to stay where you are. All right, man, look, let's get into it. Episode 7, knocked off balance. I told you, got my little notes here, and we just gonna talk, and can't we converse? I'm just tickling myself, y'all. I feel good. It's all right to feel good. It's better than feeling bad. You know, they say laughter's like medicine. Yeah, it's all good. Look, I got 3 points, man, and we're gonna talk, we're gonna share. And I want you to drop in the comments how you liking this stuff. Matter of fact, if you're liking the TC Talks thus far, share it with somebody you know. I'm telling you, I appreciate you. And again, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, because this content like this, we're gonna drop this every week. And you're going to be the first one to be notified. But there's three points I want to just share with you. Knocked off balance. TC, what in the world are you talking about this evening on TC Talks? Hey, this is what I'm talking about. First, listen, when people always tell me I need more balance, and people who use that so much, I just need balance. It's really an excuse. People who use balance in this particular context of what I'm talking about this evening, first thing is you got to understand when you're using that, no risk, no reward. You heard what I said. No risk, no reward. People who are broke cling to balance because it feels secure. Can I say it again for the people in the back? People who are broke cling to balance because it feels secure. They avoid big moves. Are you a big move avoider? Did that make sense? Big move. Do you avoid big moves? A big move avoider? Yeah, it makes sense. What are big moves you talking about? Investing, starting a business, or leveling up your skills. Shameless plug, Ascension Circle, TC. Leveling up your skills. And why? Because there's a fear of loss. I cling to balance to feel secure because I'm afraid to lose the nothing that I have. What? What did you say? I cling to balance for fear of losing the nothingness or the brokenness that I currently have. So if you want to get out of that, you got to grow. And guess what growth requires? Growth requires imbalance. If you work out, I went to the gym today. It was a good workout too. You know what I do before I begin my workout? I stretch. And when you stretch, it puts you in a posture of imbalance. Because watch this, it's getting the muscles ready for a vigorous workout to prevent injury and loss. So listen, growth requires imbalance. What are you saying, TC? You got to lean into the stretch of the moment. Yeah, it might make you feel uncomfortable, but the more uncomfortable it gets, lean further into it. And then when you give yourself a moment of recovery, you'll realize that you can go further than you went the last time. Then when you come back and recover, you realize I can go further than I did the last time. Growth requires imbalance. I'm hoping this conversation knocks you so far off balance that you begin to stretch into the creativity that you have, that you begin to stretch into the innovation that's been dormant in you for years, that you begin to stretch back into that business plan, that you begin to stretch into fresh innovation because you've been, I need balance. And so you have a fear of losing the nothingness that you currently have. We're going to get rid of that. This conversation, man, we're exposing that in this conversation today here on TC Talks. You can believe that. Yeah. I'm telling you, I admire you so much that I don't mind having this conversation with you. I don't mind having it with you. Because I see your life. I see the future. I see your future, man. It's beautiful and it's making me smile. That's why I'm taking my time to talk to you about you, because I know that there's more in you than what you're currently seeing or experiencing. So we won't throw these excuses out the window. I just need some balance. You don't need no balance. You need focus. Follow one course. Yeah, until successful. I ain't trying to get all upset, man. I know my face expression changes and kind of stuff. Listen, I'm not angry. I'm just passionate. That's all. Because you know what passion is? Passion is the genesis to your genius. When you're passionate about something, it unlocks your inner genius. Oh, yes, it does. Failure, it doesn't even matter. I was in the gym today. I'm gonna drop this on you, man. This just free as part of. I was in the gym today, and it hit me, and the good Lord put a thought in my head. Say, if you learn to swim in the rivers of your failure, then you can sail on the seas of success. Good God, I do pray. If you learn to swim in the rivers of your failure, then you will be able to sail in the seas of your success. God almighty. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I'm having this conversation with you. Yeah. Because you're an ocean liner that's navigating its way out of this small river, and you getting ready to sail on the seas of your success. Yeah. But you got to lean into the stretch. You got to lean into the stretch. All right. Number 2. People always talking about they got to have balance. Guess what they're doing? They're choosing comfort over commitment. Yep. They're choosing comfort over commitment. This simply says balance. You just want to stay neutral. I don't want to put the car in drive. I don't want to put it in reverse. I'm just going to stay neutral. Well, if you're neutral, I hope you're on a level place, because that means whatever happens, it's going to take you in a direction that it wants to take you, and you have no control over it because you're in neutral. A neutral state means you lack the power to start or stop. That you have become, watch this, susceptible to the environment. So if it's pushing you forward, or if it's pushing you to the side, or if it's pushing you backward, you can't control it, you can't stop it, because you need balance. And you, in this particular context, you just gonna stay neutral. And neutral means that you're not fully committed to the vision that you see, that you have, or that you're even submitted to. What does this other thing mean? It means that you're just providing just enough effort to survive, but you don't want to sacrifice comfort to thrive. Yeah, you paying your bills every month. Watch this, and you have nothing left after you pay your bills. Yeah, you got a little car you drive. You can afford the car payment and the insurance, but you don't have enough money to put into a high yield savings account. You don't have enough money to put into the stock market. You don't have an investment portfolio, because you're balancing your work life and your home life, and in that balancing, you're remaining neutral, which you're not being committed to the vision that you have or the vision that you're submitted to. So you just gonna stay neutral, and you just gonna survive and not put forth the effort to thrive. You gotta sacrifice your comfort on the altar of commitment to get the results that you keep writing on your vision board. Your vision board is so dusty. You done went to the vision board class, you done watched the vision board webinar, and the only thing it is still the cutout magazine pictures that's still laminated and stuck on the vision board, on a cork board, and nothing has happened, because you still got to find balance. I got to find balance. Whatever. Oh, I'm going to help you today. I'm going to help you today on TC Talk. I'm going to get down in your grill to the nitty-gritty. Because you know what I believe part of my purpose is? To help you discover yours. And I'm going to do it. I'm here for it. I'm going to do it. Because it's God's will, man, that you are not just being blessed, but you are a blessing. That you're just not a consumer of the good things of the world that God has made available for us, but you become a distribution center. My personal prayer for you is you become a distribution center of the wealth and the blessings of God in the earth. You reflect God in the earth. Yep. That's why we're talking about this. So you can give it trying to find balance in this particular context. Got it? I keep saying, trying to find balance. I just want to sound bad, you know. So you don't want, because I don't want you to have balance. You be broke and you looking for balance. That's why I keep saying that. You know, I'm a comedian in my off time, so, you know, I just like to have fun. But here it is. Third thing, y'all, and I'm almost finished. When people always talking about they trying to find balance, guess what it is? It's simply fear masquerading as wisdom. Good gracious. Hey guys, I know you're enjoying our conversation, but if you are enjoying this subject matter we are talking about right now, I want to give you a special invitation to our Ascension Circle webinar on July the 22nd at 7 o'clock. I want you to be in the space with thought leaders, thought-provoking conversation that will take you from just inception to implementation. And it's going to be great, y'all. $29.99 is all it is. It's a special webinar that I want to invite you to. Listen, go to the link now, secure your spot. Space is limited. Now let's get back to this exciting conversation. Fear masquerading as wisdom. Remember I told you earlier about using those $5 words to make you sound smart, but you're still struggling and broke, and it's just an excuse not to do. And so people always talking about balance. They're really afraid. It's fear masquerading as wisdom. Because watch this. Sometimes people call it balance, but it's really fear. Not just fear, it's procrastination or indecisiveness camouflaged as wisdom. Man, these are $10,000 jewels I'm dropping on y'all today in TC Talks. It's masking hesitation with a noble sounding word. You're a procrastinator, but you're calling it balance. You're indecisive, but you're calling it balance. You're really scared, but you're calling it balance. And the reason why you're calling it balance is so that you can mentally accept it, to not think that you're lazy or wanting to move forward, or that you lack the courage to do what's necessary. So I just call it balance. Or don't get me started. I'm not the self-care stuff. I'm not against self-care, but some people using it ain't really self-care. You just lazy and don't want to do nothing, and think that everybody owes you something. Nobody owes you anything. The Bible tells me if a man don't work, he doesn't eat. No. And listen, if you look in Genesis, I'm going to drop this biblical nugget on you. When God gave man life in Genesis chapter 2, right after God breathed into man, he put him in the garden and gave him a job. He gave him an executive position in the garden. You take care of all of this. You take care of all this. Yeah. So nobody owes you anything. Nobody owes you anything. You got to get that in your head. You have everything you need right now to win. Let me repeat that. You have everything you need right now to win. To win. And if you understand that if you take moments of focus in your life, again, Myron Golden helped me with this, y'all. So this ain't all just TC. I ain't all this smart. I just listen to smart people. That's all I do. I listen to smart people, I apply it, and I get the smart people results. That's basically it. Let me tell you something. If you always, want to just chill and I don't want to overwork myself. Wait, overwork yourself. You're not hardly working at all. But if you take those moments now in your life, you say, man, these are the moments I'm going to focus on this. I'm going to master this. I'm going to get my reps up. I'm going to get good at this. If I'm a content creator, I'm going to get good at creating content. If I'm a communicator, I'm going to get great at my messaging. If I'm a salesperson, I'm going to get great at my offers. I'm going to do all of these wonderful things because I'm passionate about this stuff and I want to make a dent in the universe. That's what Steve Jobs says. Listen, wake up in the morning saying, I'm going to make a dent in the universe. Yeah. You know why you can make a dent in the universe? You know why I can make a dent in the universe? Because God gave us the hammer of creativity. Yikes! Make a dent in the universe with your hammer of creativity. And do not allow procrastination and fear to stop you from swinging. I got to go, y'all. I got to go. Our time together is almost up, but man, these jewels are just crazy. Just crazy. I'm I'm shining like a diamond in this piece, like Rihanna say. I'm shining like a diamond because these jewels are for real. This real life stuff, y'all. I know I'm being funny a little bit, but this is real life stuff. Come on, let's go. You're masking your hesitation with a noble sounding word. Listen, come on, can me and you make a pact right now and say, TC, no more excuses. I have no more excuses. I'm getting ready to do the thing. I'm going to feel the fear and do it anyway. And I'm going to give you a quick reminder. Faith doesn't mean that the fear doesn't exist. Faith just gives you the power of what to focus on. That's all. So watch this. When you lose your balance, when you get knocked off balance, it's going to require you to focus. Yeah, like just imagine, like physical balance. If somebody, I used to play football. I used to run the football. And man, you would try not to get hit, but the people that's coming, they're doing their best to knock you off balance. Why? To keep me from advancing the ball. There are things that are set up in your life right now that's intentionally trying to knock you off balance to keep you from advancing the ball. But truth be told, there are some hits that I took that knocked me off balance that required me to focus even the more. Wait a minute. What did you just say, TC? I don't need this no more. My time is out. There are some hits that will come that you will have to take. It's going to knock you off balance. Let it knock you off balance, because then it's going to require you to focus, not to fall. The hits I took sometimes in football, I stumbled, but I didn't fall because I was more focused on the footwork or the steps that I had to take to keep it moving forward. Yeah, so you feel like you're losing balance, it's going to help you gain focus. And in those seasons of focus, watch this, it'll bring your life to a place of more enjoyable. Listen, I'm working hard right now. I'm concentrating hard right now, but it ain't gonna always be like this. It's gonna be a time that I'm working hard. I'm focused. I'm following one course until successful. Watch this. Even though I gotta focus like this now, if I keep on doing it, then there'll periods of my time. Watch this. I get to enjoy life more, and my times of focus are less because they're so intense and they produce so much fruit. I get to enjoy life more. It's time for us, you and I, to get knocked off balance, because it's going to require us to follow one course until successful. Man, I got to go. My time is out with y'all today. TC Talks. But remember, if you haven't subscribed to the channel. And I need to share this with somebody. I believe somebody need to hear what we just talked about. Share it with them. But before I go, remember, live a life so that others can say, now that right there, me and you, that is hope in motion. All right, my friends, this is TC. I appreciate you. You have a splendid, wonderful day. Until the next episode, I'll talk to you soon.